All right. Are we live? We should be live.
Yep. My phone just said YouTube is live.
I didn't get that one yet. I'm not getting anything. Well, it's only live on the West Coast, apparently. I don't know. All right. I think we are good. Well, we got a few people watching, so we must be live somewhere. I don't know where. No Scotty B tonight. Scotty B is out
Out on assignment.
on assignment, watching the little one play some baseball.
The not so little one.
Right? Oh my gosh, no kidding. Here we can all watch.
They grow.
No kidding.
So is yours taller than you yet?
The little one is almost as tall as me. Both of the other ones have long passed me, past
Right.
Scott. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both up there. Yep. Yeah, when I get in the car after my son and have to move my seat up,
I need some leg rooms, Mom.
right? Yeah. Good times. All right. We got a couple minutes here. We'll give people a second to get on board. Make sure we're all set here. All right, that's working.
Yes, it is.
All right. I think we're good. See if I remember how to do this. I actually don't have my notes in front of me today, so this is going to be from memory. We'll see how it goes. As soon as I sat down, I'm like, oh, where's my notebook with all my notes? I don't remember. So we'll make it up as we
You
go.
got it.
All right. I don't know where all the things are. I have to actually look at all the buttons on the soundboard to see which one plays what. So we got this one. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it in 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. Come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache, geocache. If you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It's 8:30. That means it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. Scott Burks is out on assignment tonight, so we have a very special no bueno show for you all tonight. My name is Shorty Knits, and welcome my co-host, Taz427.
Howdy, y'all. Do you need some assistance with caching, that is? Well, then we've got the apps for you, and they're all no bueno.
Tonight's episode is 726, recorded live on July 20th, 2022, and we will be talking caching aid apps tonight. Phone lines are open. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. That's 808-GOT-SWAG. And for international callers, you can call us for free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. That's callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. Uh-oh.
Oh.
That was the dog. I think there's something outside. So my apologies in advance.
Click.
Yep. Sorry about that. So before we get going on the show tonight, though, we need to talk about Patreon. Costs a lot of money to make the show work, and we could use any and all help we could get. So we want to thank all of our current subscribers. We appreciate lots of them. But all of them. But there's always room for more. Join the inner circle. get lots of extra benefits, extra audio, extra video for everyone. We have subscription levels that are tiered, so you may get GCPC swag anywhere from stickers to path tags to the coveted patron-only GeoCoin. There are, last I checked, there was like less than a handful left. So, once they're gone, they're gone. We will not be making any more of those. So, and of course, all of our patrons always get a coupon code for our Urban Tree Canopy, which is our GCPC merch store. So discount codes get you stuff at cost.
Awesome.
So, so if you want to become a patron, you can head on over to patreon.com/thegeocachingpod. Let me start over. Patreon.com/thegeocachingpodcast. Or if you don't want to subscribe, but you want to help us out, we certainly appreciate that. And you can do that by going to paypal.me/thegeocachingpodcast. I don't know where the button is.
Promotional considerations are brought to you by...
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cashly. Cashly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cashly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cashly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
It's also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine write-in-the-rain paper. The logbooks are designed for the micro containers of the present and future and geared towards the hiker who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And it's also brought to you by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Be Gone soap, itch spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And by Arted Crafted. Arted Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL, if you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, you've come to the right place. Please give us the opportunity to show you how we can enhance your caching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And by pattags.com for all your swag and pattag needs. Visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized pattags. With over 44,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pattag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
And by Geocaching Adventures, LLC. Geocaching Adventures is a full-service travel agency specializing in creating the ultimate worldwide geocaching adventures for cachers and non-cachers alike. What could be better than having your geocaching bucket list vacation all planned and led by a traveling expert? Learn more by visiting us at Geocaching I can't read this. I'm thinking to myself, it's like too far away, but if I pull it closer, then I don't have room. Learn more by visiting us at geocachingadventuresllc.com. That's geocachingadventuresllc.com.
And finally, by GeoGo. Go caching with GeoGo, the geocaching app for Android that includes a Where I Go player, trackable scanner, companion watch app, and county find database. If you are an advanced geocacher, GeoGo helps with powerful features like nearby cache notifications, optimized routes, offline mode, bulk travel bug logging, and much more. Learn more by visiting us at geogo.com. That's GEOOH-GO.com.
You can find links to all of our sponsors on our website or
in our show notes. So
Um,
you're saying you needed a pair of these? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I'm just not used to the setup in Scotch. Oh, there, I just made my font bigger on my screen. That helps. It's
Ah,
like it's right at that like just too far away to read. So
okay.
I'm not saying I'm getting old, but I can't read the screen anymore. That's a problem.
I hear you.
Oh, yeah. So, Chad,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear about this world record attempt that we're going to do here in a few weeks?
No, what's this?
So, August 20th, of course, is International Geocaching Day, as you know. And they've already announced, same as every year, if you find a cache or attend an event on International Geocaching Day weekend, I think that the International Geocaching Day souvenir, I'm pretty sure they give you the weekend. Um, but what they're trying to do is break the record for most people caching on a single day.
I'll definitely be caching on that day because I'll be in Seattle.
Yes, and I will as well. So August 11th, 2013 is the date of the current world record.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year they're trying to break that record. The current record is 126,833 individual people or accounts that logged a cache. That's not how many total finds there were that day. That's how many people.
Right.
So if you want to help break the record and be part of history, obviously on Saturday, August 20th, post a found it log for any cache, complete any adventure location, or post an attend log on an event from that day.
Awesome.
And they've said that if and only if the record is broken, then they will retroactively award a souvenir for that day a few days later.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's pretty exciting. I wonder how they're going to
That's
take
the
like
motivation.
the time. Yeah, it totally is. But I wonder how they're going to take like the time zones and, it's today here, but it's tomorrow there. And,
Well, I
I'm
think
sure they have it all figured out.
I think they do it by the time zone that the cache was found in.
Yeah.
That's because I've gotten one in so like within a single day. It's like I've gotten one in Germany and the US when it was actually longer than 24 hours physical time difference, but it was within the same day at the locations.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes
If
sense.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. So a few people in the chat room are making comments about bandwidth. But I hope that's not the day the servers go down. I hope they have enough bandwidth. That would be an issue. But you can log
need to
and backdate it, right?
I need to remember to log it though. That's the thing. So some of a lot of those, they have a criteria. It must be logged within 24 or 48 hours of the actual time. So I definitely need to remember to log a cache, because when I'm doing these megas, I tend to kind of save everything up and then bulk log a lot of it at the end. Now events I tend to log immediately, so I might even be hosting an event on that day.
Oh, are you?
I'm hosting an event on one of the days. No, I think it's Thursday. Is Thursday the 18th? What is?
That makes sense. If Saturday is the 20th, Thursday would be the 18th. Yeah.
Okay, so mine's on a Thursday then.
Do you have the GC handy? You want to throw that out there for listeners?
I will have it. I will have it shortly.
Okay. I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So, but you make a really good point, because they do say within a couple of days, they'll go back and retroactively give the award. So you have to log it pretty quickly in order for them to even know that the record has been broken. Right.
Right.
I can go out and find a cache, but if I don't log it, it doesn't count towards those numbers. So
All right.
okay, so you got it.
The GC code is GC8T8F1. It's my
Throw that
communication, my community celebration event, Coffee with Taz 427.
And that's going to be where, in Seattle, somewhere
It's
up
going to be
that
in
way.
the Seattle area. It's going to be more south in the kind of in the Tacoma area.
Okay.
So
Too bad we won't be there yet. We're coming in on Friday. You should have consulted us first.
needed to get it out there. Otherwise, I would have lost a chance to get a slot.
Yeah, no, that's great. That'll be fun. I hope you get a lot of listeners show up. So, all right. So I guess we can get on with our show. We're talking geocaching apps, not official geocaching apps, but other apps that may help you on your geocaching adventures. So as we said, Scott is not here tonight, but he did leave a few of his picks in our notes. I have a few and Chad has a few. So we'll kind of go through them and talk about each one a little bit. Some of them we've talked about on the show before. Some of them might be new. If you're a relatively new cacher, maybe a lot of them are new to you. Many of them are but on both platforms, Android and iOS. Some of them are only one or the other. I think we know which ones are both. I am an iOS user, an Apple user, and Chad is an Android user. So his are definitely Android, and mine and Scott's picks are definitely iOS, but there is some crossover. So do you want to start with yours, Chad?
Sure. I'll scroll up top, but Cache Tour. So that's the one I've been using the most recently because I've been doing a lot of planning, and of course it's on iOS and Android. But it's, in my opinion, the best way to plan, track, and stay on track while geocaching. So even if you're not the one that's doing the planning, having Cache Tour, if they've planned it in Cache Tour and you're downloading it there, having that app to kind of see where you're at, and also you can just follow it, click on the next one, navigate to blah blah blah, and it's an awesome app.
People can share, like you can share your route, right.
Right,
And
you
then
can share
everyone's working off the same data.
everyone's working out the same data, and you can do printouts of the stuff, and in various it has like almost an infinite amount of variability in how much information that it provides. So you can get it, basically everything's a single line, and you got the GC code and a little snippet on there to it has full details of every cache that you've got in there, and things like that, and ability to show the map as well at the bottom of the page. So if you have people that are just don't like using the stuff on the app, you can still have printouts. I know, we've got some people that cache with us that are they would much rather have printouts. So it's capable of doing that as well.
Mm-hmm. And is it live synced with the website, or is there, like if I go on the website and update the route, does it update things automatically on the app?
No, you will need to update it on the app if it's been updated on the site. But it's actually as simple as pulling your, at least on Android, pulling your finger down there, and it will resync,
refresh.
Occasionally if it doesn't think that there's an update, I have had to go out and tell it to re-download that particular one. So that is the safest method, but in general, just swipe down and it'll resync.
Gotcha. Okay. GSM times 2 says the planning part is web-based. The app is used the day of. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Yep. That
So
makes sense.
yeah, and when I'm doing it personally, I've got 3 monitors up.
Sure.
Because I've got one with leaflets that are showing all my lab caches. So I use GSAC and I pop up all the lab caches in the leaflet map. And then I've got Project GC showing me all the challenge caches in there. And then I've got the geocaching.com's map app showing me high favorited ones. And so I'm kind of like picking from each of those and pulling them into the app. Now the leaflet one with the lab caches, you can't just drop them in. What you got to do is kind of draw a polygon around them and then export that back to GSAC, type LC in the GC code so that it's only pulling in the lab caches, and then you can create a GPX. I use the same name every single time. And then use Rich Reagan's tool to convert that GPX into a bulk ad and drop it in there. Sorry, I didn't mean this to become a cache tour educational video, but once you learn how to do it, it's like it's magic.
Right. So you do all of that part on the computer.
Yes, I do all of that on the computer.
And then once you have your route all set, then you use the app.
And I do that, but also sometimes I will, like if I have events mixed into there, it doesn't really do a good job of showing you on the web browser what the timeline actually is. It does a good job of telling you the estimate of the time for the entire day. So sometimes I will download it into the phone and then take a look at the timeline and see, oh, I'm going to be at the event an hour and a half early. I need to shove a few more caches in before the event, or I've got too many caches in before the event. Let's move some of those behind it.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't think that I've used Cache Tour on the website, but I don't think I've actually used the app in the field. I've just used it to kind of create the route and then probably print it out because I'm a paper person. I like it on paper. So. Okay, I'll go on to Scott's list. He's got a few here, and his first one, and the one that he always tells you, is a compass. There is an Apple app, and I'm sure there's one on Android as well.
Yes.
That is a compass. Not that we don't have compasses built into a lot of our other apps and everything, but sometimes you just want a compass.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I've got a whole family of apps that are, just under geocaching and then, and so compasses is one of those that is just underneath there. So several of them. It's like gotta have some of your basic aids where you can quickly find them.
Right. And another one in that category, along with the compass, is the altimeter. There's a few different apps. The one that Scott has listed in his is My Altimeter. I think the one that I use is just called Altimeter. There's several of them, and they all do a little different things, but basically it uses your phone's GPS signal to determine your current location, your altitude. You don't need an internet connection to use them most of the time. I actually have been on an airplane and I had an offline map loaded and I opened my location and I could see exactly where I was, and I opened my altimeter and I could see exactly, how high I was. And so that was kind of cool doing that from an airplane.
Yeah, Android has My Altimeter as well, but I've been using an app called GPS Status for years, which gives you the coordinates, the altitude, the speed that you're traveling at, all your satellite images. And one extra nice feature that I like is a compass calibration option in there. So you just tell it compass calibration and it tells you, do the various rotations and you're done. Because every once in a while, I don't know about on iOS phones, but compasses tend to go, digital compasses tend to go out of whack.
Yeah. I had that issue quite a bit when I used an Android, and that, what's the name of the app you just said?
GPS status.
Yes, the GPS status. That's what I used as well back then. So that's a good one. I know that was one on your list. Let's just get through Scott's here. He's got, let's see, the My Altimeter. Another one that he has is called iGCT. It's the Geocaching Toolkit. This one is an iOS only app, but this is basically one of those all-inclusive toolkits that can help you with waypoint calculations, text calculations, hint decryption, Roman numerals, you name it. It's got, tons of different tools that'll help you solve puzzles and do projections and all kinds of things that you might need in the field for doing puzzles and whatnot. So, but that one is iPhone only. But Chad, I think there's one real similar for Android.
Right. There's one called GCC, the Geocaching Calculator. Has tons of various calculators for calculating projections, intersections, translators, ciphers, tools for solving puzzles. Awesome for when you're in the field and you need to solve something, and it's not readily something, you don't have a laptop there, you can't Google it. This is one of those tools that it just comes magically in handy. And there's another one that is similar that is on both of our both Android and iOS, called GC Wizard, or the Geocache Wizard.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that one is like really robust. There's a lot of things that you can do there. And one of the beta features that I think is really cool is working with images and files. So, a lot of times maybe there's a picture in a cache page and you need to, find the hidden, encrypted message within the picture, or the exif data, or the metadata, or whatever. And so on this app, you can do all of that right from the app. You don't need a laptop or a browser to do it.
Oh, remember back in the day with these apps, you couldn't copy and paste the waypoints and stuff, and now it's like you can literally send it directly to your apps.
Yes. Yeah. And the other one it has is like a Sudoku solver. It has Scrabble letter values. So not only here's the other thing that I love about these apps, about like GC Wizard and the toolkit and all of that, is not only do they help you solve puzzles, but just browsing through these gives you a million ideas on creating puzzles.
It's like, oh, I never thought of that.
Right. Here's science and technology, math. You can do alcohol mass, calculates the absolute mass of alcohol in liquids. Okay. It has blood alcohol content, binary numbers, complex numbers, compound interest. I had a puzzle here that you had to calculate compound interest. I'm not an accountant. I don't know how that works. So this would be really helpful for that. Date and time information, hex conversions, IP code, keyboards, different converting different layouts on your keyboard.
Right.
Prime numbers, quadratic equation, you name it, it's on here. That's a good one. That's on GC Wizard, and that one is both Android and iPhone.
Yeah, I'd say today, if I were to pick any particular one and go with it, it would be GC Wizard. But I mean, GCC is also, it's an awesome tool, and I'm sure so is, what was it, ICGT.
Yeah, iGCT. And then the other one that I have a couple others that are along the same category. I actually have 4. I have GC Wizard, I have iGCT, I have GC Tools, which is also really similar. One thing that I like about this one is when you find a code that you like or that you use a lot, or people, maybe, a lot of hiders around you use it, you can favorite that. Whatever it is, periodic table or certain cipher codes, certain, coordinate calculations and point projections and all of that. And you can add it to your favorites. So you just
Okay.
click on favorites and it has, your 10 most used or whatever it is that you want to use. So that one's called GC Tools. And I think that one's probably iOS only.
Yeah,
And
I
the
don't
other
see it
one,
in Android.
the other one that's similar to it is called Puzzle Sidekick. And so this one's been around for a long time. It has tools, things like word pattern, substitution, letter rotations, that kind of things. Letter codings, so things like an ASCII table, Braille, flags, your Morse code, Pigpen, Roman numerals, those are all in there. And then there's also reference. So if you want to reference the colors of billiard balls, that's on here. If you want to reference a dartboard or a Dewey Decimal System, the planets, music frequencies, prime numbers, ring sizes, all kinds of stuff is on here
Wow.
as reference. I mean, it's pretty inclusive. And then there's also links to websites, like an anagram server, Sudoku solver, puzzle. I don't even know what some of these are. I don't use those. Google, Wikipedia. So you got links to all of those. So those are the 4 on mine.
You know what these really need though?
What's that?
They need a camera that will recognize whatever font or whatever script that someone's got on the screen, and you just hold it up to it and it recognizes it. That's what I'd love to have, because sometimes occasionally you come across one that's like, what in the heck is this? I've never seen this before.
Well, what is that called? Google Glasses? Google Eye? No, Google something. What is that where you just take a picture of it and it tries to recognize it?
Yeah, that hasn't worked for me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Lens.
Yeah,
Google Lens.
Google Lens comes out a big fat failure on that for me.
Aw. All right. Well, maybe it works for other people. I don't know. I don't.
Maybe some of the more common ones Google Lens captures, and I don't need help on it. But it's the ones that are like
hard ones,
extremely obscure.
Yeah. All right. Hey, if you guys have anything to add to this, phone lines are open. 808-468-7924. If you want to tell us about your favorite app, maybe it's something we don't know about, geocaching related or caching adventure related, maybe not specifically to caching, but maybe something that you would use along the way, such as one of my favorite apps called iExit. Have you used this, Chad?
I've never used it. I do see that it is on Android. It looks interesting. So I tend to use Gas Buddy.
Okay.
But this looks like it tells you a little bit more than just what gas prices and stuff are up ahead there.
Right.
More like, yeah. So
Right.
actually, I think I'm going to install it, because there's been plenty of times I've been out there and it's like, we need to find something to eat.
Yes. And it shows you. So it works. Let's back up a second. So iExit works only on interstates. It doesn't work on state routes or, any other limited access road, and obviously not regular roads, but on interstates only. And it automatically recognizes where you are, what direction you're headed, and it will show you exactly what's up ahead. It shows you all of the exits and what's at the exit. So is there gas there? Is there food there? Is there lodging there? Is there camping there? Whatever that is. And then if you click on that exit, it expands on that. It shows you what gas stations are there and their prices. It shows you what restaurants are there, and even integrates Yelp ratings into those restaurants. So you kind of know what you're going for if it's an area or a restaurant you're not familiar with. It'll also show you the rest areas coming up, and tons of other information. And it's like in real time. So it'll show you, 6 miles ahead is exit, 492 and 8 miles ahead is 494 and what's at each of those exits. And then as you get closer and as you pass it, it flashes and then disappears off your screen and moves up. So it's always live. So, and I use that all the time. Every time I'm traveling, I exit to see where am I? Where's the next rest area? So
Nice.
it's great. What else do you have on your list?
What else? Well, there is the ubiquitous flashlight.
Of course.
So you gotta have a flashlight. There's all kinds from the LED in the back to one that just shows a white screen. Back old school days. I mean, all phones I think today have a flashlight or an LED for a flashlight in the back.
Mhm.
Most of them today is it's a quick, at least on Android, quick pull down, hit the flashlight button to
Mhm.
enable it. So today it's less of an app and more of a integrated into the OS on Android. I don't know about iOS.
Yeah, it's real simple to get to. And along the same lines of everyone always needs a flashlight, everyone always needs a front-facing camera, right? I mean, how
Yes.
many times do you search for things underneath that you don't want to stick
Oh
your
yeah.
hand in, so you use your front-facing camera? Tiva28 in the chat room says there's an app called Where Am I At? And it will give you what county you're in. That's really interesting, and that could be useful. I'm wondering if this is all right. You look it up on Android. I'll look it up on iOS, and we'll see if it's on both. Where am I at? Where am I at? Map your exact location. That is here. For the moments when you have to ask yourself, where am I? The Where Am I At app is there to help. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to get that and check it out.
Is it by Evan, sir? Yours?
It is by Flamethrower.
So I've got to Where Am I At on mine, but it's by Evan, sir. So,
Oh.
but it does have like the county, the region, the city, the street, even
Okay.
postal code. So
All right. Oh yeah, wait. Here's another one called Where Am I At? Free navigation, GPS, and maps. High quality and simple to use app that displays your current location, direction of way, and automatically determines the closest address with coordinates. Know where you are at with one touch. So this one doesn't say anything about the county. Interesting. So people in the chat room are chiming in with Gas Buddy, as you said.
Gas Buddy, yeah.
Gas Buddy. And the other one that I use in conjunction with Gas Buddy that I've recently discovered is called Upside. So they've been advertising like crazies. And so I gave it a try to see if it really works. And I have gotten so much cash back just by using this. So basically, Upside is an app that you will earn cash back at certain gas stations, restaurants, and even grocery stores. It's not everything, and they're all a little bit different. Gas is up to 25 cents back, but just on our trip to and from Myrtle Beach, I got over $10 back in cash just for filling up at the gas station. And it will tell you what the gas price is and then how much it is with the cash back, so you know exactly how much you're spending. So it's a really great app, and it's easy to use, super easy. So I actually put in the show notes, if anybody is interested, a link from my referral. You could get an extra 15 cents bonus the first time you make a purchase. So if you're interested in that, go to our show notes and find the link. What else do you have?
Let's see here. The GDAC. So GDAC is a similar tool to GSAC for parsing GPX files. but it's kind of like a miniaturized version for the Android phone. It's very convenient when you're trying to filter on multiple different things to find a cache that meet a specific criteria, such as you need a specific DT rating of a specific type of cache in there, when that has a specific name. When you start getting into the multiple different filters, some of the basic apps start to let you down on that. While here, you can kind of see what they are, where they're at on a map, so that you can kind of go after those ones. I haven't used it too much recently because I tend to do all that filtering ahead of time. But I've been out in the field before where it's like, hey, it'd be good to know if there's anything out here that I want, and I start playing around with the different filters and see if there's anything that I need, and I've actually gone and found DTs for my DT grid and that kind of thing out of it.
Cool. Yeah, I remember using that when I had Android. It's been a few years. I think I've been on iOS for like probably 6 years now. So, but a lot of these
You've
were
been on there for a while.
then. Yeah. So I do remember that. Couple more from Scott's list. He has a QR reader. I know on most phones nowadays, you just use your camera, and it'll recognize a QR code and take you to wherever that's trying to take you. But the QR reader app scans more than just QR codes. It'll also scan barcodes, puzzles, business cards, documents, etc. So, and that one is available on both iOS and Android, and I'm sure there's several different versions.
Yeah, I used that for years, and then the last few generations of phones that I've had, it's just I hit the button twice on the side, camera comes up, boop, and then it pops it up there, and so it's like you don't have to go into an app to get to there, but for some of those little extra things, it's still nice to have it. I still have it installed, and there were occasionally I had to pull it out to get something that I want.
Yeah, and the barcode scanner is handy because I have seen puzzles where you have to scan a barcode to solve. So that's helpful. So the last one on Scott's list is All Trails, Hike, Bike, and Run. And this is basically a map of trails around you, of bike trails or running trails that you can download, and over 20,000 trail maps all within this app. And this is available on both iOS and Android. So that one is called All Trails. And along the same lines, one that I use quite a bit, I do use All Trails, but I have discovered one called TrailLink. TrailLink is an initiative of the Rails to Trails Conservancy, which I fully support. I'm a member of Rails to Trails. It's an initiative that I really strongly believe is excellent and goes right in line with geocaching and what we do. So they are an organization that's trying to bring more trails to more communities across the country. And they're trying to build an entire interconnected trail system across the whole U.S. So they're trying to bring trails to everyone, everywhere. And so one of the things that they've done is created this app called TrailLink. They have full-length trail descriptions, reviews, photos, and detailed trail maps. The trails, the maps that I really like about, or what I really like about this app, is that the maps are not only just the trail, but it also shows you the trailheads, the restrooms, the shelters, parking, etc. And then they have a free version, and then they also have a paid version, a subscription version, and there's lots more features. But the maps, in my opinion, on TrailLink are really great.
Nice.
And that is both iOS and Android. So what else? I think you have a couple more on yours, right?
Yeah. So Android has one called Benchmap. It's a tool for locating benchmarks. So it uses the database that Groundspeak uses, or pardon me, geocaching.com uses. And it's great if you're out there and he's like, oh, there's a water tower over here. Let's see if there's a benchmark there. Pull open the app and do it. That's if you're a benchmarker. I'm not much of a benchmarker. Occasionally I get a benchmark, but not very often. But I do have the app on there because it's pretty handy for that kind of stuff. Quite often I will locate benchmarks and never log them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've not ever found a good, I don't think there is one, benchmark app on iOS. When I every time I search, like every once in a while, I'm like, oh, let's see if there's a new one. And every time I search, there's nothing, not the kind of benchmarks I'm looking for. So I wish that there was, but there is not. So we have to do it the old-fashioned way on iOS. But iOS does have the official Where I Go app. Sorry.
I got to use the Where You Go app.
Right. Ours is Where I Go. Yours is Where You Go.
Yep. It works. So
yeah.
The only problem that I will say several things about it. It's 10 times more stable than the old apps that were on the Garmin Oregons and those type of things, and the players that were on Blackberries. It was like, can't remember the OS, but I have had issues with it. Where the direction it thinks that you're looking is 90 degrees from the direction you're actually looking, which makes for a very confusing way to follow around the app. I'm like, so that has been a pain in the butt in the past. On my current phone, it's okay. But I have had that in the past, and it's like, I don't understand why. But about the only other thing that was annoying about it was, by default, it turns when you close the app, or not really close the app, but you just minimize the app, it turns the GPS off for the app.
Oh.
So you have to go back and re-enable the GPS for it. It's like, in this day and age, it's like, it's not sucking down any data. What sucks down data when using your GPS is pulling the map data.
Right.
It's literally when you're sucking the data, not actually receiving the radio signals.
So in the Where You Go app, can you search the existing Where I Goes, or is it just to download the cartridge? Like, can you see the Where I Go caches that are near you?
I believe it.
I remember when I had Android, if I navigated to the cache page and then there was a link from the cache page to the cartridge, I would click on that and it would automatically open it in the Where You Go. That was how I got to it. And the new official Groundspeak Where I Go app for iOS is more it's real similar in interface to Cachly, where you can search the nearby caches, only the Where I Go caches, either in the map view or in the list. Okay,
like that. So this is the Where You Go app. So you can search there, and then you can click on one and then and launch it.
Okay, so that's nice. So you can do that. So this is the same thing for listeners. Apologies, Chad and I are showing each other our phone screens with the Where I Go and Where You Go map, so you can see those all on a map view. And you can also filter out on the Where I Go app. You can filter out your own finds, your own hides, or ones that are disabled to try to narrow it down a little bit more. So that's nice.
And GeoGo has an integrated Where I Go player. So
Yes, it does. Let's see. A couple others.
Which I have not tried yet, but I plan on trying on this trip. So
yeah, I imagine there'll be some Where I Goes out there. Let's see, another app, and I think I've talked about this on the show in the past, but one that I use quite a bit is called Relive, and this is really just for fun. This isn't caching related or anything like that. It's just something that I like to do, like after we go out hiking, this app called Relive. You can pull in your route from your activity tracker. So I have an Apple Watch. I set my activity. I'm out walking. That tracks where I am. And so this app pulls in your activity from your tracker, and then it creates a sort of a 3D video of your route, and it shows along the terrain where you go and all of that. And if you take pictures along the way, it'll stop where you took the picture. Picture pops up, shows you what you did there, and then it goes back to the route, and you see you travel along a little more, and then it stops and shows you another picture. And so you can make a video of your geocaching excursion for the day. And it's just something kind of fun. Nice. I like to do that. And that is available on both Android and iOS. Let's see. Your list is all business, Chad. I have some fun ones on there.
Sorry.
No.
So the next one that I've got is the Geocache Placer. It's a great app for hiding caches, especially a series of caches, so that you're making sure that you're not overlapping other caches. There is one sucky part about it. It does not pull in the caches around you, so existing caches. So you still have to be aware and use another app with say that has overlay. Most apps today have a ability to show an overlay around the caches to
the radius
as the radius to keep out zones. But when you're trying to put out a series and you're wanting to make sure that you're not overlapping with ones that you're putting out, that those apps don't help, when the Geocache Placer does help you do that.
Right. And of course, no matter what you're using, it's not going to show you hidden waypoints. So
sure.
That's only as good as what you know.
Exactly.
Right. I'm kind of skipping around here. I did all those. I did all these. I did that. So another one that will actually record your track. So I talked about Relive that pulls in a track, but there's an app called GPS Tracks that will record your track and your outdoor activity. But what's nice about this one is as you are recording, you can drop a waypoint. So if I'm making my way somewhere and a trail splits and I need to, mark a waypoint so I remember which way to go at a certain point, I can just
turn
drop
right.
a waypoint. Yes. You can also take a picture as you go along and add that to your track. It does have a built-in altimeter and a compass, and it'll show you your total distance traveled, your time, your pace, that sort of thing as you're going along. But I love the fact that you can add a waypoint as you go. So that one's a great one. We talked about that. I have another just for fun. And this one, I apologize to you, Chad, because you're missing out. This one is only on iOS, and it's an official Groundspeak app. I think it's funny that there's still Groundspeak on the apps, but everywhere else it's geocaching. It's kind of funny. So an official Groundspeak app is Cashmoji, and these are geocaching stickers for your messages, your iMessage, when you're talking to your friends, and you want to brag about your FTF, you can just drop a sticker in there, FTF, or Signal the Frog, or let's see. I'll pop it up on my screen for people watching, and of course, my apologies for the people who are just listening. But go check it out. Get Cashmoji. They are super cute. Little emojis. You can drop in a Cedo or a benchmark or a whatever. The ducks are in here. All of the icons are in here. So just for fun, something cute. Like, hey, let's go for a FTF. Kind of fun. What else is on your list? A couple more?
The Ant Plus, and I believe this is only Android, because I don't believe iOS has the Ant antenna. So
Unfortunately, no.
So the plugin sampler, so it's you can like read and write chirps. So remember the Garmin chirps that are out there. And there is a way to actually transfer geocaches from the handhelds to the phones and vice versa. And I've seen it done once, but I've never attempted to replicate it, because usually whatever is on my GPS, handheld GPS, is on my phone as well. So
Right.
So there's never been a need. Usually that need comes when you're walking with someone and they've got it on their GPS. You don't have it on your GPS, and here, let me send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be nice to do chirp. The only way we can do chirp caches, which there really aren't many.
There aren't many these days, right?
No. They were popular back in like 2013, 2014. There were a lot of chirps then. But yeah, Scott's Garmin handheld GPS can receive the chirp signal.
And I guarantee you there will be people at both Geo Woodstock and the headquarters events walking around with chirps that are broadcasting their trackables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, definitely. That'll be fun. But I have an iOS, so not for me. Let's see. We're running low. I have another really fun one. So do you remember back in like 2020 and 2021 when we were doing our Saturday night antisocial club?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we did on a few shows was play a game called Geoguesser.
Oh yeah.
So there's an app called Geoguesser. It's the same thing. It's the same as the website, so you can use your same login. And when you can't go caching, but you really need to get your map.
Perv, late night map
perv on, right? You can just play the Geoguesser game. So for those of you who weren't around during those days, Geoguesser is a game where they show you a Google Earth street view, and you have to guess where in the world you are. So, not geocaching specifically related, but most cachers, I think, like maps.
Geo adjacent,
right? Exactly, geo adjacent, kind of fun. So, what else do you have? Do you have any more?
The TB scan. And that's both on Android and iOS. So I was using that for a long time before I went to GeoGo, and now I use GeoGo for my TB scanning. But it's an excellent tool.
Yes, and you can discover multiple at the same time, which is nice. Can you do that with GeoGo?
Yes, you can just discover multiple at the same time. So of course it is part of the premium service with GeoGo. Just like on TB Scan, to discover multiple, you've got to pay for the upgrade.
Okay. Yeah, and Cashly also has a scanning capability for TB codes to discover or move along or whatever it is you're going to do with it. But it's only one at a time. So, yeah, so the TB scan, the pro features include some other really nice features, including offline mode. So you could scan, and then discover them all later when you're online. And something I think is really cool, you go around and you snap pictures in parking lots of all the travel bugs at mega events, or anytime you see one, you just snap a picture of it. You can load that image into TB scan and it'll pull that number from it. You can also have templates created so you don't have to type out your log every time, and a few other nice features. That's only in the pro version.
Or you let someone in your party who's really into travel bugs build the list for you, and you just claim them all.
What? I've never done that. I've never received an email with the whole list of all of the travel bugs in the entire parking lot at a mega event. No.
All I can say is, God bless you, GBs.
Funny. Yeah. And then let's see. Something else, not really geocaching related, but something that I found, not my county, but the next county over from me has an app. It's McHenry County, Illinois, and it's called Naturally McHenry County is the name of the app. And so I was curious about this to see what else is out there, right? So this app, you can discover activities, attractions, and upcoming events in the area. And one thing that I really like it for, and I've actually used it for, is to get ideas for locations to place caches or to hold events or adventure lab locations. This particular one there's like themed stops that you could do. Or there used to be. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, there's some really neat features that they have built into this app. And so I just kind of searched through the App Store, and I found there are quite a few that are like this, that are put out by, like the Tourism Bureau or the Chamber of Commerce, or some sort of organization like that. So there's I put links in our show notes to just a couple others, but there are many, many more. Visit Fairfield County, Ohio, visit Brownwood, Texas. Those were just two others that I found that I linked to. But check and see if there's anything like that in your area. Check your county, search by your county name, search by your area, your Chamber of Commerce, anything like that. I thought it was really great.
Nice.
What else do you have? Anything else on your list?
That
it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. And of course, mostly we were focusing on those accessory apps that we could use while geocaching, planning geocaching, thinking about geocaching, wishing we were geocaching. But of course, we have our favorites and friends of the show and sponsors of the show, Cashly and GeoGo, which, where's our ding, ding, ding? Right?
Yep.
So go out and use those. And of course, we have the official geocaching app, and then the
Adventure Lab app.
The Adventure Lab app. Thank you. Adventure. And all of those. There's so many of them now. I can't keep them all straight.
All right.
So, yeah. And if we missed anything, you guys, feel free to shoot us an email, thegeocachingpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can always call into the show, even if we are not live. Phone lines are always open. You can leave a message at 808-468-7924. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what we forgot. What do we need to know about? What apps are out there?
What do we need? Exactly. What do we need to know about that's out there that we don't know about? Because, we weren't born with the knowledge that all these were out there. Most of these we found by talking to other people, and they mentioned this app or that app. And some of them, we found on our own, but a lot of them, it's word of mouth.
Right? Yeah. So let us know. What are we missing? What do you use? What's your favorite non-geocaching related app? So the geocaching podcast at gmail.com. Let us know. And that's all we got this week. So hey, how was that for timing? Like perfect. Who needs Scott to keep us on time? All right, let's wrap up. We'll see you guys again next week, 8:30 Central Time. Next Wednesday, we'll have Tales of Midwest Geobash. Scott and I will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. Midwest Geobash in Wasion, Ohio. If you guys are going, I know quite a few people are already there. But if you'll be there, feel free to stop by, say hi. We do have the new pins, so come and ask us for one. And I'm sure we'll tell you all about it next week.
There is an APK to install Cashmoji for Android.
Ooh.
The question is, do I trust this site? I've got to do some research before I download and install an APK from a site that I'm not 100% certain of.
All right, you'll have to let us know how it goes. Report next week.
All right.
All right, great. All right, let's close it up, guys. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern. No, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and on our website at geocachingpodcast.com. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on your favorite podcatcher. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure to click the subscribe or get notified buttons to know when we go live. If you haven't already, consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you'll get a ton of additional information, extra videos, extra audio, only available to patron members. Head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Thanks again to all of our sponsors: Cashly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Odds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Arted Crafted, Pathtags.com, Geocaching Adventures LLC, and GeoGo. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, be sure to tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we have this week. We'll see you again next week, talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones. Talk to you guys next week. And clear.
Clear. I decided I do not trust the site.
No, I know that always makes me nervous, like side-loading stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. So I wonder what would happen if it would even let me attempt to send it to you in a text. We'll have to test it out.
Sure.
I don't know. There are a couple others though, like geocaching stickers. Does Android have stickers like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe there's some other ones that Android has, because I know that there's one on iOS called geocaching stickers, but they're not like the official ones. There's not Signal and, but they're fun too. So you have to let us know.
I will.
All right. Let's close this up. I saw a couple people in the chat room saying they're going to be at Midwest Geobash. I think, didn't I see that? I don't know. If you're going to be there, we'll see you. We'll be there on Friday, so looking forward to it. And it's going to be hot. 95 on Saturday.
Wow.
I know. All right, thanks for watching, guys.
It's been 100. It's been over 100 all week, so
it's been hot here too. All right, bye, guys. See y'all next week.
Bye.